Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Bellwright. This is a game that you can find on Steam's Early Access program for about $30 or so. I stress early access, everything that you're about to see is subject to change. This is going to be a rapid-fire first impressions. I'll need several more days, weeks, months to do a proper review. It's like Medieval Dynasty. It'll take you a while to get to the endgame content. So first and foremost, you can turn down the difficulty, which is great. There's only a couple of settings, though. You can turn off raids. You can tune them down a little bit, but you can't like get more resources per chop or anything like that. So there's room to improve there. The game also uses AI voices right now instead of actual voices. According to the options menu, real voices are coming, but for now we've got Stephen Hawking, in place of all of the villagers. So I don't know how you feel about that, but there is the use of AI technology in this game. So like I said, I'm going to rapid fire a lot of these things at you here and just do my best to get through all of it. First and foremost, again, if you've played Medieval Dynasty, you'll be right at home with this, but there are some differences. You can recruit people with renown into your little village. You start with nothing. You can choose where you go. You can choose where you start your village. And you could even create multiple villages and have fast travel points. They're called signposts you can construct and travel between them. So there's the ability to make a bunch of different villages, and you will get raided from time to time. The tech tree is fairly large, but you cannot research things yourself. In fact, you have to pick the technology you want to research, and then your NPCs that you brought on with renown have to come over to the research bench and research it for you. Like, there are certain things that you cannot do in this game, which is really strange. It's an odd design choice in my opinion. So it's going to take some getting used to. The map is very big. It's static though, so every time you start a new game, you're going to get the same map every time. There are bandit camps scattered around, and the main goal, from my understanding, is just to sort of like to take back everything, I guess, or like do this revolution, take back something or other. I'm not that far into the game yet to really know, but you're going to be like in Bannerlords creating this huge army. And you start with nothing, and then you create armies in the hundreds supposedly, and create your revolution, liberate towns, and that kind of thing. What pisses me off about this game is the stacking system. Items stack in a container, but they do not stack in your inventories. It's just kind of weird. So if you have 7 flax, it'll go with 7 flax in your storage, but in your inventory, each flax takes up 1 spot. Really strange. Now, on the other side, you can create orders like top up, meaning like I want to keep at least 5 of this at all times. Choose the top up option from the drop down, and your villagers will craft automatically for you. And they operate on a priority system a la RimWorld. In RimWorld, you can set priority numbers like 1 through 5 or whatever it is, 1 through 9. In this game, you're going to be doing the same thing. You can assign people to individual workstations, but they operate on that whole priority thing. So that's one of the major differences here. In Medieval Dynasty, you have to assign them villagers to a specific building. Here it's just priority. They'll do everything based on that priority. There are skill books, and you can read skill books to improve your attributes. You can also give these skill books to your NPC helpers that you've recruited and improve their skills as well. You can assign them as a worker, a companion for battle, or a guard to sort of guard the camp, so they have one of 3 roles that they can have at that point in time. And like I said, it's a light RPG in the sense that you're going to be building them up too and making sure that they're taken care of. They've got their own inventory. They do consume food. Speaking of food, this game operates on the whole Valheim system for food, in the sense that you've got 3 food slots, and if you consume 3 different foods, based on the food that you consume, you'll get either more stamina or more health. So if you've played Valheim and know how the food system works there, it's the same thing here. So you want to eat the best food that you can, 3 different kinds of food that you can, so that your health and your stamina are consistently like maxed out. So there's that as well. There are seasons in this game. I have not made it to winter yet, but it's coming. From my understanding, it looks like it's like 2 days per season or 3 days per season, something like that. Again, as soon as I started the game, it was like, oh, you only got 7 days till winter. I'm like, oh, okay. So I guess spring summer and fall are kind of like, I don't know, 7 days, and then winter is like 2 or something like that. So yeah, I mean, I enjoyed my experience with this so far. I haven't really done a whole lot of combat yet. I came across some wolves, but combat in this game is directional. So if you've played like Chivalry or Mordhau, I think it is, where you have to like sort of block your shield to the right, or whenever you swing your weapon, if you left click and swivel to the left, it'll swing your weapon this way, and so on. So based on where you're swinging your mouse and clicking the button, your weapon will swing in that particular direction. So there is directional combat, directional blocking, that kind of thing. Like all in all, it's not bad. My only complaint really is that it takes up a lot of resources. What you're looking at is low settings, because like I can put it on medium when I'm on my own, but if I'm trying to stream this game, OBS does not like it. And this game takes up about 70 to 80% of my task manager like RAM resources. And my computer's decent. If you check the description, you'll see my computer stats. I don't think this game is like properly fully optimized yet. It is early access, so that stands to reason, but still, I had to put this on low/medium to avoid slowdowns while I was streaming. But the game does look nicer than this, but I still feel like Medieval Dynasty is the more polished game. They recently came out with co-op in the Oxbow map, and like the character models look great. There's first person. This game is strictly third person from what I can see. So yeah, I mean, like I still recommend Medieval Dynasty right now. I don't know what the price is off the top of my head, but it should be around the same price as this game or even cheaper. So I recommend Medieval Dynasty for a while until this game has a greater chance to cook. That being said, this game, I want to keep coming back to it and keep going. You could spend hundreds of hours in this easy. I just foresee myself doing that like I did with Medieval Dynasty. So I do think it's worth the money. But when you compare the two products, Medieval Dynasty and this game, Medieval Dynasty still wins because it's the better polished game. That being said, this game has a lot of promise, and I look forward to seeing what updates are available in the future. This is Vince. Thanks for watching. Catch y'all next time. Take care.